Hello, this is the second video that I've made today, talking on the same topics, because the last one I made while I was transferring something to my computer from Falcons, and it made my video all weird, made my audio all weird. Nothing was in sync ever at any point during its entire length, and a lot of the time I sounded like this, except for Loa. It was pretty bad. Hi, Mambo, I feel you. Anyway, I was filling you guys in. We have had, God, we've had such a week end and a weekend, like the end of our week and the weekend. I guess things started going downhill. We were having a big fight, which we do. You may not think we fight, but we do. Once in a while. He's been in a really bad mood, and I kind of have to. Both kind of depressed. I think a lot of it has to do with him not having a job, and the money's down to pretty much nothing. And so he came in here and was at a weird angle and angry and tried to rip open a really heavy stuff full drawer over in our chest of drawers. And it didn't quite work for him because it pulled his arm out of joint at the shoulder. And he's had this happen several times. Only once before is he had to go to the emergency room for it. We hadn't paid that off yet. We haven't paid on it yet. But he couldn't get it back in, and he was about to pass out from the pain and nauseated and turned this wild shade of gray, and his eyes turned black underneath, and he looked really bad, and I thought he was going to end up on the floor, which he did at one point, down on his knees. Just, he couldn't stay on his feet while he was waiting for me to get the car going. But managed to get him up into the car. The car ride there was excruciating for him. Every little bump on the road or anything, and out here the roads are a little rough in places. Just miserable for him. I took video at the hospital in the emergency room. We were there for several hours, better part of an afternoon and evening. I took video, which when we, let's just say eventually I'll get it here and I'll piece it together and let you guys see. He wanted it documented because, well, for one thing, it might be kind of interesting, but also because when they sedated him last time, he was hilarious, and he was hoping to be hilarious again this time. He wasn't really, because he was in so much pain, they had to give him even more, and it knocked him out cold for a few minutes. So he was pretty out of it. He didn't know who I was or where he was or what was going on or anything. So it's not hard for me to talk when he's over there talking to. He's playing Halo. But we got him fixed up and back home, and he's kind of depressed about that, of course. He's a lot better today. I think that happened Thursday, maybe? Last Thursday, and this is Sunday today. And then Friday, his computer was giving him problems, and more things were going on with it, and he managed to look it up and figured that it's a new virus that just came around a few days ago, and none of the virus protectors are up to detecting it and stopping it. And it pretty quickly shut his computer down. One thing after the other failed to work. And in the meantime, mine was running weird, and I rebooted it. When I rebooted it, it refused to go into Windows, and it was just stuck in a loop of asking me if I wanted to go to Windows or run a diagnostic. No matter what I did, it would just shut down and restart and do the whole thing over again. Managed to get online with this DSI and looked it up, and couldn't, the things that I found to try didn't work. And so we figured there was probably, I don't know, maybe the same virus on this one too. And I know some things on my computer weren't working. It was aggravating. More and more stuff was not wanting to work. So, because he is a genius, he managed, I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but let's just say he fixed his and he fixed mine. But it involved having to reformat, and he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff I'm like myself, I save so much, and I make so many videos, and I like to save them all, and I'm always saving pictures, and always saving like old commercials and movie trailers and all kinds of stuff. I'm very much like a pack rat. I'm that way in real life, and I'm that way in two dimensions on the internet. Um, it's just the way I am. And so I had a lot of stuff that had to be backed up. A lot of stuff. Couple hundred gigabytes. But I gave up a lot of stuff so it could be done and done quickly before we were unable to do anything anymore. So Boy Genius got us up and running, but it took him a good 2.5 days of, all day long working on it into the night when he'd finally be like, I can't think. I've got to go to bed. And then he'd get up and immediately start working on it again, which is, it was bad for him because, of course, he loves his computer and his internet, but it was like really bad for me because I rely on it for my business too, and a bunch of stuff had just gone off auction, and I needed to be able to process those orders, and I needed to put more stuff up because right now I think I have like one thing or maybe nothing in my store, so I really need to be able to get in there and post, and I hadn't been able to do so, so it looks pretty bad when I'm promoting my shop and then people go there and there's one thing in it. It's terrible. I've got Mambo over here. He gets a little bit of my blanket in his mouth and kind of sucks on it and mushes on it. It's his mommy. Anyway, ow, no claws in my boobs, please, kid. So that's been kind of rough. And then today we had a birthday party to go to with my two favorite children in the whole wide world, Sydney and Simon. Simon's my godson, and I was excited about going. Well, we got up and realized we only had maybe a little over a quarter of a tank of gas. We didn't have enough to get there and back, and we were completely broke. And the good news is, hi, Mambo, this Falcon did get a job, but we don't know when he's going to be starting, and I'll have to have gasoline to drive him back and forth. And we've got a little bit of money coming in because I cashed out my AdSense, which is the advertisements that run here on my videos next to them. Since I'm a partner, I had accumulated a bit of money in there, so I'm cashing that out. I should get that tomorrow, I think, and that will help with gasoline and some basic food and things. So, but it's a little tight and scary right now. Let's just say that. So, and our bills have not been getting paid, and people are after us, wanting their money, and justly so. Now we have another emergency room hospital bill to add to the other one. And my insurance decided to bill me, although they never bill anybody for it, bill me for my sleep study and my machine and the doctor's visit and all of that stuff, which is over $5,000. They're billing me for it. I've got nothing to pay them with. I've got nothing. And I won't have enough to pay them. I've got all of these other bills too. We're really drowning right now in debt and need. I've got a tooth that's probably going to end up having to be pulled because it's broken and rotting, and I can't get to the dentist. And it's bad right now. It's pretty bad. And so because I can't pay that bill, I got a letter saying that I can't go to any of my doctors anymore unless it's an emergency, and if it's an emergency, I have to pay cash. If I get sick and end up anywhere, hospital or anything, I'm going to be screwed, and my doctor won't let me have medications that I need to live, won't let me have them until I come in to see him again, and I can't come in to see him again because Mana is refusing me, and Mana's refusing me because they're sending me a huge bill that they should have paid for to begin with. Yay. So I'm a little scared. I'm a little upset about that. I don't know how I'm going to do or what I'm going to do without the medications that I need. I'm not happy about it. So y'all keep your fingers crossed for us. Pray if you pray. Send good thoughts if you do that. And we've got a kitty that's probably going to need to go to a doctor tomorrow. We don't quite know what's wrong with him. But he's got something that's causing him a lot of pain in his caboose. It's not this one. It's our baby kitty. So, I love you, Mambo. Yes. Thank you. You're the good boy. Okay, so that's what's going on with us. It's been kind of a rough week and weekend. just a little rough. So keep a good thought out for us. I gotta go now. I'll go see if I can get some stuff put up in my store. Maybe make a little more money this week. Okay? Love you guys.